Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to do all the maintenance on the Roomba 405. Now some of this will apply to the 505, and the 405 comes in several different flavors. There's the G185, there's a G181. They're both identical. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to change the dust bag. We're going to have a cleaning hack for the dirty water tank because it stinks so bad. We're going to replace the mop pads, brush roller, side brush, dust bin filter, and we're going to try to save some money. Here I have the Roomba replenishment kit. Here I have like a generic. I'll put links to both of these in the show description notes. We're going to see if the generic, we can save a little bit of money. Now with the generic, I get quite a bit more. This is made by Ching, and you get 4 of these side brushes. You get 4 mop pads, 1 main brush, 3 dustbin filters, and 4 dust bags. Roomba, you got to buy the dust bags separate, which I'll put a link to in the show description notes. You got 3 side brushes, 1 main brush, the filters, but no mop pads. You got to buy those separate too. Now, the biggest thing, these look almost identical. And then the main brushes look very similar. This is the OEM one. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to save some money. But let's do some maintenance now. The dustbin, this filter here in the dustbin, you should be doing every 2 weeks. The rest of the stuff can kind of wait. Let's take the dirty water tank again. These things really stink. We're going to take this to the sink, scrub this out, and we're going to put something in there to prevent the odor. Now the clean water tank, you may get some lime buildup in here. That filter should go right. That filter's out of place. I think it should go right here, yeah. There is a filter down here you may have to clean. If you're getting a bunch of lime buildup, that float may not go up and down, so you could put some vinegar in here and let it soak, and then brush it out. But these typically do okay. Now the dust bag, all right? This is, you have an extra dust bag right here you can store. This is the main one. There is a little cleaning tool here, but take this, that should slide close, and then keep pulling, and it comes all the way out. All right, let's get this generic one here. It looks to be the same. I think we're gonna do just fine with it. Now we wanna make sure and get the dust bag out of the way. There's a track. Slide it in that track. Now this is a very important step. Make sure the bag's out of the way and only the cardboard is going in the track. Slide it in. We gotta make sure that kind of goes into a thunk all the way down. There is a micro switch that makes. Now again, there's the spare one from Roomba. If you don't have that bag installed right, the waste can light will be red, and so you have to make sure that's installed. There's a micro switch that has to make. There's what that should look like. Now down here, this can get pretty dirty. There is a filter. It's a little slippery. You may have to grab some pincher. Wish it came up easier. There. This you've got to take to the sink and clean, but we also can clean this. Now, that's going to be a bunch of dirt. There's no real good way other than just putting some water down there and brushing it with a brush and then kind of soaking it up with a towel. And you may have to wipe this off. This is in pretty good shape. Mine doesn't have a lot of hours on it, but yours could be extremely dirty in these tracks and all of that. Now the first thing you're going to do on the robot is sensor cleaning. So let's clean this off. Now this sensor in the front, this is to help it dock. It really doesn't do anything with obstacle avoidance. We can see this thing's getting pretty beat up. This is not one of my favorite robots. You can find the robots that I approve of. I review robots for a living. You can find those at justadadapproved.com. There's also a sensor here. These are the charging points. Now on the bottom, there's also these glass sensors right here. There's 4 of them. That's called the cliff sensor, so they don't fall down your stairs. There's also a carpet sensor. Now we want to be very careful. You can lightly stick a towel in there just a little bit. We don't want to damage it. I'll put a link to one of these little blowers. These are just perfect. I've got 3 levels of blower. And then I can just kind of blow that. Typically that doesn't get very dirty, but you don't want to damage that though. That is a very important sensor. Now let's do the dustbin. This you should be doing every couple weeks. Now, you're not going to get a maintenance reminder to clean this, but this is important. And that's why I like that these kits come with several. These are reusable, but you have to let them dry in the sun. So grab this end. Now, this is going to be extremely dirty, and there's really fine dust here. So we're going to go clean this in the sink. We're also going to clean the dustbin. We can see it definitely hasn't auto-emptied very good, has it? So we got to empty that out. We can open this up. Ooh, it's actually in pretty bad shape for not auto-emptying. That is a problem with Roombas, not auto-emptying all the time. Okay, so now let's take this to the sink. We can let this dry in the sun. That looks in pretty good shape down there. Now flip it over. Now these mop pads are about a month old. They really start to deteriorate fast. See how they're starting to fray? Let's see the ones from... These look very good for being generic. Now, one thing I've learned is make sure you engage that Velcro. If you just stick it on, it'll start to peel off. So make sure you engage that Velcro. You may have to wipe this out around here, stick that on. Not too bad. I can also put these in my laundry to freshen them up. You can see how the base station doesn't get them. There is a lot of dirt embedded in these right now. And the base station cleans them decent, but put them in your laundry once a month or once every week or a couple weeks. It's nice having these extra ones. I can put these on, and these can be in my laundry now. All right. Now let's do the main brush. Pinch the tabs. Let's take the door over. Let's get it cleaned up. The main brush is in really good shape. They're designed to come apart. So rotate this way. And there's where the hair wrap is. Now it's a little hard. I need to get my tweezers. This is what it's designed to do. There. The hair is supposed to come down and go in this little area right here. Now let's rotate that the other way. I don't have any hair on this one. Now that is foam down there. And it is a good idea to wash these. This will get full of dirt, just like dust sticks to it. So we're going to take this to the sink and clean it, but you have to let this dry in the sun also, because that's kind of like there's foam down there, and that will get wet. But let's take a look at the OEM one. It's a little different, but it comes apart too. Yeah, looks a little different. Rotate this on. Yeah, and then put the bearing surface on. So I could definitely put the bearings. Now, I could definitely put the generic one. We were gonna wipe this down, but that's a membrane. And we wanna be very careful of this, because if you damage that, that's gonna ruin the robot. But we're gonna wipe it down. We're gonna check the wheels, no hair wrap. Side brush just lifts straight up. This one's in really good shape. Let's put a generic one on. Check, make sure you have no hair wrap there. They just snap on. If the wheel has hair wrap on it, let's go ahead and demonstrate how to get the wheel off. You're gonna get two screwdrivers, and you gotta pull straight up. Whoa, I didn't know that came out. So, again, this can be very, very tricky. I don't like taking these wheels out. It seems like you're going to damage it. Boy. They do come out, but they're just, I'm not going to do it. I'm afraid I'm going to damage it. Now, first, I have been using this Shark vac mop solution in the clean water tank. Now, my cleaning hack is Efferent tablets. First, we're gonna clean, you have to clean these once in a while. This is the world famous Just a Dad cleaning brush from Walmart, $5. You'll see a pop-up in the video for it. And again, I like to use, because since these stink, I like to use the scrubbing bubbles. You know, spray it in there. This brush works great. Get it all nice and clean. Now, every time you empty this, put one of these Efferent tablets in. Just throw it in there and then put it on. That way, as the dirty water goes in, it's going to kill the bacteria in there. So that works. That's the cleaning hack for your dirty water tank to prevent odor. And I do use Shark vac mop. I do about 2 dabs, which is about 2 capfuls, or about 4 pumps of the Shark vac mop solution. You can also use Bissell, Hydrovac. I have a full video on what types of cleaning solutions to use in your robot vacuum cleaners. Okay, this is the most satisfying of the things I do around here. These are reusable, and they will get extremely dirty. Okay, that one wasn't too dirty. Now you're gonna let that dry in the sun. Now we can, for this cleaning, I like to use this spray. And the world famous brush just works perfect. These get extremely dirty. You can see the dirt just flying off. This dustbin, again, letting it dry in the sun. Spray some type of cleaner in there. Just get it all nice and clean. We can use those blowers that I showed you earlier. If you're in a hurry, you can blow them dry. It takes a little bit. And then the door, you want to make sure this dries too. You don't want this stuff wet. And the best way is on a nice sunny day, just put it in the sun. It takes about 3 or 4 hours. And again, you got to get, this brush also works good for this and this track. Now, unfortunately, there's not a maintenance to suck that up. So you just got to kind of clean it. There's much better robots that do a better job of letting you clean their base stations. This is one of the hardest ones to clean. And then, yeah, so we're good. Okay, let's take a towel. Again, we want to wipe this off, but you want to be super careful not to damage that rubber, and it looks very thin. Okay, let's grab, again, I would have to let this dry, but there is a procedure for putting it together. So put that on, rotate it till it clicks. So click it, that side's done. Let's grab this one, rotate it again, rotate it the opposite way. And there's these little arrows down there, which you can see. And then this is the little bearing surface. So I'm gonna grab this one here, it's ready to go, to dry. Put the square end over here first, rotate that down. The door is in good shape. Put the front feet in first, rotate, click it in, lift it up and down, side brush, mop pads. We are done on the bottom. And again, if you're in a hurry, you can blow them dry. I have done that many times. Let's close this. Let's get a filter. Let's get a generic one. Let's just make sure they're gonna fit in there okay. The little tab's gonna go over here. So put the little feet in, clicks into place. It's nice and flush with an O-ring. All right, we're good to go. Don't forget your little filter here. It goes this way. Push that down all the way so it doesn't get in the way. Here's the 405, the same dust bag. I'm sorry, the 505. Let's check its dust bin. Yeah, it's identical. So you can, this is also for the 400 series and the 500 series. Flip it over, same side brush, same, this one just moves. It rotates out there, but it's the same mop pad. All right, everything's the same for the 400 series and 500 series. I think we can definitely save some money. Now let's go into the app. Okay, go under robots, click the 3 little lines. Well, no, it's here, it's robot health. And so it does allow you to order the part. I'm going to reset. 27 missions left. Yes, reset the timers, and you should get a whole new timer. Dual mat pads. I did, yes, reset. Edge sweeping brush. I've got 92 hours on it left. And okay, the mark goes all the way to the left. So as that goes over, that means it's time to do. Multi-surface brush, yes. Again, now this filter, that's when you replace it. I did replace it, but you should clean it every 2 weeks. If you click on it, no, it doesn't tell you. Usually there's a small print that says, and if you order it, looks like you can do it right from the car. That's nice. And disposal bag tells you to, you can, so it has so many evacs left. So I can reset that. All right, looks like we're good to go. It was under robots and robot health. Now again, this did not receive my Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. There are much better robots out there. The reason I buy these is I bought that with my own money. That way I have to review it. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, but I did do a full review on it. I wasn't happy with it. There's kind of a big hassle factor. It doesn't clean very well, and it kind of gets stuck a lot. So, and it's got a high price point. But the reason I did this video is because they sold a bunch of them. on Amazon Prime days. I think they sold like 10, 20,000 of these units. It was absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to be an okay experience. You can have a better experience. The Mova P10 Pro is cheaper than this, and it's a far superior robot. Check out my website, justadadapproved.com. And also on my website, you're going to see only the robots that I highly recommend. They've got gold stars. There'll be links. So I'll put links to these accessory kits. So if you have these, you can save some money with this accessory kit. I purchase these products with my own money, but I do earn a living with commissions off of links. So if you click on the link in my website, there was some pop-ups here that might take you to Walmart for those cleaning products and the blowers. Even the robot and even the Mova P10 Pro, I'll put a link to. The products won't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It's a way of helping support my channel. That way I can do these videos. That's a how-to video, how to clean that. You're gonna have to do that about every month, maybe every 2 months. I love doing robot vacuum cleaners, and I wanna be your source for robot vacuum cleaners. We can have some really, really good robots. If you like the 405, you would absolutely love the Mova P10 Pro. It's a awesome robot. And I am not paid for this video. It's just one that I absolutely love. So justadadapproved.com and sign up for emails. I don't do a bunch of emails, but what happened last week is the Dream L10S, somebody told me in a comment on another YouTube video that it went on sale for $300. And I'm like, there's no way that's $300. And sure enough, I went and checked. It was $300. That normally, I've never seen it that low. So what I did is I immediately went to my email. On my website, I can send an email out to everybody. And I said, this robot, I've never seen it this low before, $300. It's got my stamp of, it's my mother-in-law has it. I didn't buy her a Roomba. I bought her a Dream L10S. If that's, that should be, I don't want to have to hassle with it. And she's had it for over a year and loves it. So again, justadadapproved.com, sign up for the emails when these sales happen. That was a huge sale. It didn't last long, but I sent an email out. That way you'll know. It's gonna be just very simple. I highly recommend this robot, and it's on sale. It's not just like 10% off. That was like a couple $100 off. So again, justadadapproved.com, sign up for the email. I do appreciate everybody's support. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks again.